This is how we log information from one staff member to the next, and how the supervisor can come in and learn what happened each day during the residence program.
Communication among the coaches is essential. It's like passing the baton in a race. My client is the same client every single day, but because of the circumstances of he didn't get enough sleep, or she didn't get up on the right side of the bed, or he has a headache, it changes the variables in my day. And so when I pass the baton to the next person, I let them know, lunch was a little light, she didn't have much of an appetite, maybe you could hit it a little heavier at dinner. Or, she mentioned that she'd really like tacos tonight for dinner. The other type of stuff that's great to communicate between us is the successes that we have. He took a shower last night without us having to really push him to get it done. It's the simplest thing. Some of our clients don't like the feeling of water on their bodies. And until you understand that as a coach, it's the furthest thing from our mind that they absolutely hate the way the water feels. And so that's why it's taking so long to get this person into the shower. And once you understand that, it's like, okay, I realize that you don't like the way the water feels. Sometimes the water is way too wrong for me. So let's see if we can make it hotter or colder. And then that information it's essential that it gets passed from coach to coach. Showered last night and the water was lukewarm and he had no problems. Otherwise, they're starting from scratch every time they do something with the client. It has to be communicated from coach to coach.
I think that this is great, that we're here to communicate what's going on. We use the logbooks. I've read them. They're great. And it's really helped the next staff person that's coming in know what their job is and what they can expect. So the communication between you guys in a team is just awesome.
Incident reports are required of us for anything that seems out of the ordinary for a resident. And these go to the county, who make sure that problems are handled correctly. It can be a medication issue, if you forgot to dispense a med, if somebody got injured, they cut themselves and were bleeding. Just a really strange behavior that just seems really odd for that person. We want to make sure we're logging all of this, because these are documents that are kept back in their files, so we can make sure we're observing any patterns or anything out of the ordinary. If you ever have to take a resident to a doctor's appointment, you need to have the doctor fill out a consultation report, especially if there's a new medication being prescribed. We like to keep these in the homes, because when their caseworker comes, they review their files and make sure everything is in place. Pay very close attention to the policy on time off and attendance for scheduling purposes. In addition to your ICW training, there's additional trainings that you are required to attend. And you must show up and participate in the training to obtain a certificate, which you will present to your supervisor when you have completed. There are additional 4 trainings that you need to go online and get your certificate online after going through the PowerPoint presentations. It's also your responsibility to inform your supervisor of when you will be participating in these trainings, and you need to give your certificates of completion to your supervisor upon completion. In this module, you'll be reading about emergency response plans. Hopefully you'll never have to use these, but the information is there for you to learn and understand if you do need to respond to an emergency. Just remember that just making sure the residents are safe is your #1 priority.